Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, back again with another Schwinn IC4 video. And within this video, I want to explain why the Schwinn IC4 is still the best exercise bike on the market today. And this is in 2023. Now you can subscribe to my channel and check out my Schwinn IC4 videos playlist and see my videos all the way back to the unboxing and the assembly when I purchased my IC4 back in 2020. It's been a great bike, and within this video, I'm just going to provide everyone with a quick refresher as to why I feel it's the best indoor exercise bike. And you can expand this video's description and then click the links there to find the IC4, the mat like I use, the shoes like I use, and a whole lot more. So what makes the Schwinn IC4 so good, and what makes the IC4 the best indoor exercise bike in my opinion? Well, one of the things you'll notice, especially if you assemble it yourself, which I would suggest if you're confident in your abilities, it wasn't that difficult. Check out my Schwinn IC4 assembly video. But the build quality, as you assemble it, you can feel the quality of the components. These are not poorly made components. It feels very premium. And once you put your hands on it, I mean, even the handlebars, just how high quality this is. I mean, this is not a cheap rubber or a cheap hard type plastic that's probably going to crack. This is kind of a semi-hard, just easy to clean, and seems like it should be built to last a long time. The other thing that makes, in addition to build quality, one of the things that makes the IC4 so excellent is its magnetic resistance. So the wheel that spins, it's using magnets for the resistance, so you don't have the inconsistent wear and tear of friction pads like a lot of inferior indoor exercise bikes use. You also don't get the heat, the weird smells, and magnetic resistance is probably going to last a lot longer. Like I said, I bought my Schwinn IC4 that you see here in 2020, and I hope to never have to buy another indoor exercise bike because this thing is very well made. I'm keeping it in a temperature-controlled environment, and I have my gut's telling me that this thing's probably built to last, so that's a good thing. So the magnetic resistance, not only consistent resistance, but it's very quiet, especially if you're in an apartment or something where you don't want to make a lot of noise and disturb your neighbors. So it's from a quietness perspective, that's a value add. The other thing about magnetic resistance is maintenance. I mean, you're not having to change friction pads. You're not having to buy friction pads. How many times have you purchased an indoor exercise bike of inferior quality that uses friction pads? Maybe you didn't use the bike for a few years and then you wanted to get some friction pads and you found, oh no, bike is no longer manufactured and you can't find the friction pads anymore because, not only did the company discontinue the bike, but they also discontinue the friction pads. Magnetic resistance, there's no friction pads to mess with. Kind of a silly thing, but these water bottle cages are huge. You put 2 water bottles in there. They came with these weights. If you do use this in conjunction with exercise apps, a lot of the apps will tell you to get the weights out and do some arm stuff while you're riding. I guess that adds a little bit of value to the workout. It's kind of silly, but they are nice weights. So, and they, you just hold them on the bike. So that's something I don't think you would have to have. It comes with it, oh well. The pedals, extremely premium. And there's the display right there. When you start pedaling, it turns on. We'll talk about that some more in a minute. Toe cages, optionally, you can attach them. You flip to this other side, and you've got if you use clipless shoes, not to be confused with shoes that don't clip to the pedals, but they call the shoes that clip to the pedals clipless. If you're not a cyclist, you may not know that. So you can get cycling shoes and use these, or you can go to this side and use the toe cages with your standard cycling shoes like I use that don't clip. See, these are flat. And I've linked these shoes within this video's description too. I had a bad accident on a bicycle on the actual real road, and I was riding clipless. And ever since that accident, I've been petrified at the thought of by the thought of using clipless shoes. Personal preference, I use toe cages. And also, if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to attach toe cages. You could just use the flat pedals. Now, obviously, the toe cages make pedaling more efficient, and the cycling shoes even more efficient. But speaking of the pedal, look at this. Continuous piece. How many times have you looked at actual bikes on the market today, and there there's a little screw? And you know what happens when you pedal with it? Over a short period of time, the pedal falls apart. These pedals seem to be built to last. If you didn't like these pedals, obviously they're standard bicycle pedals you could replace with pedals of your choice. The same as the seat with the seat or the saddle, if you want to get technical. I mean, this is a standard bicycle saddle. These are standard bicycle pedals. So you can customize this if you want to. The built-in display, it'll keep track of your RPM, your time, your estimated calories, your virtual distance, your resistance level, which goes from 0 to 100. It's on 23 now. And it comes with that little wrist wearable thing that'll track your heart rate. It works. I don't use it. I use my Apple Watch. But that's another value add of the IC4, is that you can simply use this display to track your workouts. You don't have to subscribe to any sort of fitness plan like you do with some of the other exercise bikes. If you want to, you can. I've used this bike. Subscribe. Check out my IC4 videos playlist. I've used it with a plethora of apps, Full Gas, Zwift, the Peloton app, the one that you can use without a Peloton branded bike, and then also Apple Fitness Plus. Now, admittedly, I've stuck with Apple Fitness Plus because with Apple Fitness Plus, in conjunction with my TV over there, I get exceptional workouts because I follow what the trainer in Apple Fitness Plus is saying, and it pushes me hard, so I maximize my results. You may not want to use an app at all. You may be self-motivated, and maybe you don't even look at the built-in display on the bike, which is perfectly fine, because the resistance you adjust with this knob to go up or down. So in theory, you don't even have to look at the screen. You can adjust the resistance as you ride to simulate going down a hill, flat road, uphill, combination of all three, whatever you want to simulate. You wouldn't have to track your workout at all. Now, I recommend wearing an Apple Watch because I track all my metrics on that, not just with my bike, but with my outdoor exercise like hiking and walking and that sort of stuff. So, using the Apple Watch, I'm able to combine my fitness progress throughout the day, throughout the week, the month, and the year, all in one place. So that's personal preference. But like I said, with the IC4, you don't have to use any technology with it. You can just get on and ride the bike and adjust the resistance with the knob. So, it's very, it's whatever you make it, whatever you want it to be. I mean, do you want to use it with a subscription? Great. It's a great bike for doing that. You want to use it, just get on and pedal. It's great. It's portable. It's got those wheels built into the front. You can roll it. It's also, if you're concerned about your floors, it's easy, at least for me, everybody's different strength, to just pick up by this part right here and carry without rolling into an adjacent room. Now, I've got my dedicated YouTube studio, and this is the fitness area of my YouTube studio, so I don't have to move mine, but if you do, it's easy to move. If you wanted to make it even easier, you can pop the seat post and seat off with that knob. Likewise, you can pop off the handlebar assembly if you want to. See, it'll come off right here. You can lift the entire handlebar assembly out and make it even smaller and lighter to transport if you need to move it somewhere. So Schwinn's gotten everything right. If you're not familiar with Schwinn, Schwinn's been making bicycles, I don't want to misquote, but many, many years. Traditional bicycles, so they've got the experience. They know what they're doing, and they've really put a lot of quality into this product. And unlike most exercise equipment that someone will purchase, this seems to be built to last. And that's amazing for a piece of indoor cardio equipment. And like I said, the fact that you can customize the pedals, the saddle, if you choose to do so. I like both. I've left them factory. But if you choose to change them out, it's easy to do. Even if you didn't feel confident with your abilities, you could just pop off the seat post, take it to a bike shop, say, hey, man, I need a saddle that's more comfortable for my butt. And then they could put it on there and you could just take it home and, you know, reconnect it to your IC4. So I've thoroughly enjoyed this bike. I'm still thoroughly enjoying this bike when I do my indoor cardio. Now, obviously, I do outdoor cardio too, like walking and hiking. But as far as a very productive, let's just call it productive cardio workout's concerned, this does it. I mean, I eat a bunch of junk. I drink whatever I want to on the weekends, eat and drink whatever. But if I didn't have this bike as part of my cardio routine, I'd be super fat. So, you know, looking at the cost of it, and again, expand this video's description and then click the link there. I think when you look at the cost, you probably won't have sticker shock, especially if you factor in this is something that is well made, is easy to assemble, is super easy to maintain. I haven't had any mechanical issues or any issue with this bike. So when you look at that and then you look at the price, this linked within this video's description, you're like, okay, well, that doesn't seem that bad. And to make it even sweeter, then you factor in, oh, you don't have to have a gym membership because you can buy this bike and use it at your home. Great bike, best indoor exercise bike on the market today in 2023. And I can confidently say that, having owned and ridden this bicycle since 2020 when I assembled it, when I purchased it, unboxed it, and assembled it. So subscribe, check out all my IC4 videos, and again, expand this video's description, and then click the links there to find the IC4, the shoes, the mat. I highly recommend a mat, even if you've got a cheap painted floor like I do, because the value add of the mat is that when you work out, you're going to sweat. The mat is easy to clean. And also, even though the bike is super quiet, if you were in a situation where you've got somebody on the floor below you in an apartment or a multi-story home, you would probably want the mat, because even though the bike's very quiet while you're riding it, the mat further reduces the slight amount of noise that it makes. So tell me what you think within the comment section below. Got questions, ask. I'll try to post a video response. And like I said, I can confidently, without pause, say that this is, in my opinion, the best indoor exercise bike on the market today. Tell me what you think, and best of luck with your fitness goals. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, iRickSky here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.